20 TSA secrets that you want to know. Air travel can be a stressful experience, and nothing adds to the frustration more than dealing with airport security. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, is constantly updating its rules, implementing new technologies, and enforcing policies that can make or break your travel experience. Whether you're a frequent flyer or an occasional traveler, understanding the lesser-known TSA secrets can save you time, money, and unnecessary headaches. From getting through security faster to avoiding surprise baggage fees, knowing what the TSA looks for and what they don't want you to know can give you an edge. Some of these secrets could mean the difference between breezing through the checkpoint or being stuck in a slow-moving line while your flight boards without you. Want to avoid common mistakes and make your airport experience smoother? Stick around as we reveal 20 TSA secrets every traveler needs to know. Imagine that you're running late for your flight, hoping to glide through security without a hitch. You've packed light, double-checked your liquids, and followed all the rules, or so you thought. As you approach the TSA checkpoint, an agent pulls you aside for additional screening. Confused and frustrated, you watch the minutes tick by, realizing you might not make your flight. Sound familiar? What if we told you that there are insider TSA secrets that could help you avoid this scenario altogether? From hidden security loopholes to little-known policies that can work in your favor, these tricks can make your airport experience smoother than ever. Did you know that certain items almost always trigger extra screening? Or that TSA agents have unspoken rules they follow when deciding who gets a random pat-down? And here's a surprising one. There's a way to skip long security lines without paying for TSA PreCheck. Most travelers unknowingly break TSA rules that could get them delayed, fined, or even flagged for future flights. But if you know the secrets, you'll glide through security like a pro. Whether you want to save time, avoid common pitfalls, or learn what really goes on behind the scenes at TSA checkpoints, we've got you covered. Let's dive into the 20 TSA secrets you need to know before your next flight. TSA PreCheck. At number 20, we have TSA PreCheck. Time is money, and nothing can go more wrong than you waiting in queues for check-in. TSA PreCheck saves you time and stress. If you travel frequently and haven't signed up for TSA PreCheck, what are you waiting for? It's basically the VIP Fast Pass for airport security. With PreCheck, you can keep your shoes and belt on, leave your laptop in your bag, and sail through security with minimal hassle. The time and stress saved make the program well worth the fee. Prescription medicines. Prescription medications are exempt from the liquid rule. That's why we put them at number 19. If you take prescription medication, it's essential to know the rules. The good news is that prescription meds, even those exceeding the 3.4-ounce liquid limit, are allowed. However, they must be in their original packaging with a clearly visible prescription label. It's also wise to declare them at the checkpoint to avoid unnecessary delays. At number 18, we have one of the more controversial aspects of the TSA security screening process, a technique called SPOT, screening of passengers by observation techniques. Instead of just relying on X-rays and metal detectors, TSA agents are trained to watch for behavioral cues that might indicate suspicious activity. Agents are taught to detect signs of stress, fear, or deception, such as excessive sweating, avoiding eye contact, or fidgeting. While this may sound reasonable in theory, the reality is that many travelers exhibit these behaviors due to the natural anxiety of navigating airport security. Even seasoned travelers can feel a bit uneasy when going through a checkpoint, which can inadvertently trigger suspicion. Have you ever felt nervous going through security, even when you had nothing to hide? Many travelers share this sentiment, and while TSA agents might flag someone based on behavior, it doesn't necessarily mean they are a security threat. Even if you think your checked luggage is safe, it's still at risk of being searched and potentially tampered with. So secret number 17, TSA is required by law to screen every checked bag, and if anything suspicious is detected, agents may cut locks, open bags, and even cut through plastic-wrapped suitcases. If the TSA opens your bag, they're supposed to leave a notice inside indicating that it was searched. However, if you find signs of tampering without a notice, it could mean someone else, such as a baggage handler, accessed your luggage. TSA claims to track all inspections using barcode data, so if anything is missing, report it immediately. Let's get something straight. TSA agents are not allowed to hurt you during a pat-down, so secret number 16 is pat-down limits with security agents. If you have a medical condition, sensitive areas, or chronic pain, you have the right to let them know and request that they be careful. They are not doctors, and they don't get to decide what level of pressure is necessary. Unfortunately, most travelers don't feel confident enough to push back when TSA crosses the line. The New York Times has reported numerous cases of passengers feeling harassed, mistreated, or even violated during screenings. While most TSA agents follow protocol, there are undeniable instances of misconduct. TSA does not have the right to cause you pain or discomfort, no matter what. Know your rights and don't be afraid to speak up. Secret number 15, be smart. Don't carry too much cash. Although TSA won't confiscate your cash, carrying large sums, especially over $10,000, may attract attention. If you have more than this amount, be ready to face questions from TSA agents and potentially be reported to law enforcement. To avoid delays or scrutiny, consider using alternative methods like traveler's checks or digital payment options, which can offer greater convenience and security during your travels. Some airports now use facial recognition technology at security checkpoints to expedite the screening process. While it aims to enhance efficiency and security, it has raised privacy concerns among travelers. If you're uncomfortable with the technology, you have the option to opt out and request manual verification instead. Keep in mind, though, this may result in longer wait times. Being informed about these technologies can help you navigate the security process more smoothly. If you've ever noticed scribbles or codes on your boarding pass after a TSA agent examines it, you may have been the subject of a discrete security assessment. These markings serve as an internal form of communication between TSA agents and indicate whether a passenger requires further scrutiny. One of the most notable codes you might see is SSSS, which stands for Secondary Security Screening Selection. If you find this printed on your boarding pass, it means you have been randomly chosen or flagged for another reason for additional security checks. This can involve more thorough baggage searches, detailed questioning, and even extra body scans. While the system is intended to enhance security, some travelers believe it can be misused or inconsistently applied. Think your checked luggage is safe? Well, I'll let you in on a secret. Think again. TSA scans every single checked bag, and if they don't like what they see, they'll open it. About 5% of all checked bags get manually searched, and while the TSA is supposed to leave a notice inside your bag if they open it, there are countless reports of valuables going missing with no note left behind. And here's another thing. TSA agents have been caught stealing before. In fact, CNN reported that TSA employees at major airports like Miami, Orlando, JFK, and LAX have been fired for stealing from passengers' bags. The most commonly stolen items? Cash, watches, and electronics. If you have something valuable, keep it in your carry-on. For those who rely on protein powder for their fitness routine or powdered baby formula for their little ones, be prepared for more scrutiny. Here, the TSA is tightening its regulations on powdered substances. If you're carrying over 12 ounces, expect additional screening. This means you might have to take out your container, have it tested, or answer a few extra questions before being allowed through. While you can still bring your protein powder or powdered coffee, just be ready for the extra security check. We all rely on our gadgets, phones, cameras, laptops, and of course, the battery packs that keep them charged. The good news? You can still bring power banks in your carry-on. The bad news? If your battery pack exceeds 100 watt-hours, you'll need special airline approval to bring it aboard. If you travel with a high-capacity power bank, especially those capable of jump-starting a car, double-check the watt-hour rating before heading to the airport. If it's too powerful, you might have to leave it behind or make alternative arrangements. Airport food is notorious for being both overpriced and underwhelming, so it makes sense to bring your own snacks. Solid foods like sandwiches, chips, and protein bars are generally fine to bring through security. However, when it comes to liquids and gels, the 3-1-1 rule applies. That means yogurt, peanut butter, and even some spreadable cheeses might be flagged. Those futuristic suitcases with built-in chargers, GPS tracking, and other high-tech features sound great, until they cause a problem at security. Many smart suitcases contain lithium-ion batteries, which the TSA strictly regulates. If your luggage has a removable battery, you're good to go. Just remove it before checking your bag. If the battery isn't removable, your bag might not make it onto the plane. Traveling with pets is already a challenge, and the TSA's latest changes have added another step: separate screening for pet food. That's right, the bag of kibble you pack for your furry friend will need to go through the X-ray machine separately. On the bright side, some airports now offer express pet screening lanes, making the process smoother for both you and your four-legged companion. If you're hoping to bring some alcohol on board, here's what you need to know. Mini liquor bottles, 3.4 ounces or less, are allowed in your carry-on as long as they fit inside your quart-sized bag. However, just because you can bring them doesn't mean you can drink them. Drinking your own alcohol on a plane is a no-go and could get you in trouble with the flight attendants. Remember the days when you had to take out your laptop like it was some kind of sacred ritual? Well, the TSA is finally stepping into the future with AI-powered scanners. These new devices are designed to see through everything in your bag, meaning you might no longer need to unpack your laptop, liquids, or other items during screening. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, don't get too excited just yet. Not every airport has these high-tech scanners, and until they're fully implemented nationwide, you'll need to check whether your airport is on the cutting edge list. Otherwise, you could find yourself in a security line, unpacking and repacking your bag the old-fashioned way. If you've ever traveled, you know the infamous 311 rule. All your liquids must be in containers no larger than 3.4 ounces and fit into a single quart-sized bag. While many travelers hope the TSA would finally relax this rule, it's still very much in place. However, there's a glimmer of hope. Some airports, again, a select few, are introducing advanced CT scanners that allow for slightly larger liquid allowances. But before you celebrate, there's a catch. The liquids must be in TSA-approved containers, so while the rules are loosening, they still come with restrictions. Before packing that extra bottle of lotion or oversized shampoo, check if your departure airport allows these exceptions. One of the most frustrating TSA secrets is that the agency takes no responsibility for lost or damaged items during the screening process, unless direct evidence proves that a TSA agent was at fault. While following security procedures, passengers are often distracted by answering questions or complying with requests, leaving their belongings vulnerable to theft or mishandling. Over the years, there have been multiple cases of TSA agents and other passengers stealing valuables from security bins. If you're traveling alone, it's crucial to be strategic about how you place your items in screening bins. If you've ever had a bad experience with a TSA agent and wondered whether filing a complaint would lead to any consequences, you're not alone. Many passengers are surprised to learn that firing a TSA agent is far more difficult than expected. Once a TSA employee passes their initial 2-year probationary period, they gain a significant level of job security. So secret number 2, getting a TSA agent fired is close to impossible. Dismissing an agent requires evidence of serious misconduct or criminal behavior, and even then, the process can be lengthy and complicated. While this system is designed to protect employees from unfair treatment, it also means that addressing unprofessional behavior within the agency can be challenging. If you've traveled in the last decade, you may remember when full-body scanners were introduced at airport security checkpoints. So secret number 1, your full-body scanners. However, what you might not know is that early versions of these scanners provided highly detailed naked images of passengers. According to researchers who studied TSA operations, these scanners initially lacked privacy protections, allowing TSA agents to see passengers in shocking detail. The backlash was significant, and in 2013 these machines were replaced with new versions that generated generic, non-detailed body images instead. This update was a win for passenger privacy, though many travelers still feel uneasy about the scanning process. Understanding the TSA's processes and secrets can make your airport experience much smoother and stress-free. By being aware of everything from behavioral detection techniques to little-known rules about liquids, snacks, and electronic devices, you can avoid common pitfalls and save time. TSA PreCheck is an excellent investment for frequent travelers, and knowing how to handle issues with cash, smart luggage, and prescription medications will help you navigate security with ease. While some aspects of TSA screening, such as facial recognition technology and extra bag checks, can seem invasive, it's important to remember that they're designed to keep travelers safe. By knowing your rights, such as limitations on pat-downs and how to handle tampered bags, you can better protect yourself. With this knowledge, you'll be able to travel more confidently, minimize delays, and make your next flight experience much more enjoyable.